This video is brought to you by AmerUSA.com, where you can screen tenants 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. In this episode, we will be discussing New Mexico landlord tenant laws. The following is a summary of landlord tenant laws in the state of New Mexico as they apply to residential rental property. Topics include disclosures, withholding rent, the right to enter, security deposits, eviction, increasing rent, and more. Required disclosures. Contact information. A landlord must disclose to the tenant in writing at or before the commencement of the tenancy the name and address of the person authorized to manage the premises and the owner of the premises or authorized agent for the purpose of service of process and for receiving notices and demands. Security deposit limit. Up to 1 month's rent may be collected for a security deposit if the lease term is for less than 1 year. There is no limit for lease terms of 1 year or longer. Deadline for returning a security deposit. A landlord has 30 days to return the deposit after the tenant moves out. If the deposit was more than 1 month's rent and was used to secure an annual term or longer, an annual interest rate equal to the passbook rate must be paid to the tenant. If any deductions are taken, an itemized statement must then be provided. Late fees. Late fee terms and conditions must be written into the lease and cannot exceed 10% of the rent that was specified per payment period, which is usually monthly. The landlord has up until the day before the next rent due date to notify the tenant about collecting the late fee for rent that is currently past due. Increasing rent. Month-to-month tenancies require at least a 30-day notice to make changes. Lease terms longer than 1 month must include language addressing specific increased terms, or the rent may not be changed. Withholding rent. A tenant may withhold 1/3 of the pro rata daily rent for each day a landlord fails to repair an essential service. This does not apply to amenities. Or the tenant may withhold 100% of the pro rata daily rent each day the unit is uninhabitable. But before withholding rent, written notice must first be given to the landlord, allowing for 7 days to resolve the problem. If the problem persists, the calculation to withhold rent begins on the day the landlord was first notified. Terminating tenancy and eviction. A 3-day unconditional notice to quit may be used for any substantial violation of the lease. A 7-day unconditional notice to quit may be used for repeated violations of the lease within 6 months. A 7-day conditional notice to cure or quit may be used for any other lease violation. The right to enter. A landlord must give a 24-hour advance notice to access the property. For more information, additional laws and articles can be found at AmericanLandlord.com.